Well, I've been in the oil and gas industry now for a little over 43 years. I came here from the East Coast, a little town called Sackville, New Brunswick. Finished high school and I came out west with a friend and we ended up in Fort McMurray. He had an uncle here and he hired us the very next day, and we've enjoyed 43 years of working in oil and gas. My first job was with North American Construction at Syncrude, working in the mine. First week was a spotter, where you actually stood on the side of the bank and you backed up big heavy haulers and you told them when to stop. It advanced from there, mind you, and became a truck driver and an equipment operator of different sorts. And as I grew on to that, I ended up getting a job with Suncor as an engineer and went from there. The oil and gas has really improved dynamically and exponentially over the course of my 40 years here. When I first came to town, it was like everything else, and McMurray was just on the verge of becoming a city. As I married my wife, who is Métis, we started to become more involved in the community, understanding the culture, their heritage. And then as time's gone on, you've seen how the Indigenous people, especially the Métis, who've educated themselves more and more to get more involved into industry. It's just phenomenal to see how it's grown. With industry and how the Métis people have benefited more from it is that, with the land, industry has become very dynamic in including them now into understanding how to utilize the land, how to preserve it, and to understand how the Indigenous people actually utilize that land for their culture and their heritage. In today's world, there's a lot of consultation that goes on with Indigenous community, and it really demonstrates how they're both working together. Can it be better? Absolutely. There's always room for improvement. Every year you see improvements and continuous improvement, which is something fantastic to see how they both are growing from each other. You can see it in any newspaper, any social media clip, is that we seem to be being programmed to electricity, energy. They're going to be the new norm. The thing that really gets me is that this sense of belief is probably not all true. In order to create this energy, we have to have massive power plants generating these power. We don't have the infrastructure in place. And of course, the technology has not got there yet. I look at it like this, and oil and gas is something that's in every part of our life, in every piece of the way we live. So I don't think that the oil sands is going to be excluded here anytime soon. I see it as 50 to the next 100 years, it's going to be something that we're really going to need, because it's not something that renewable energy or electrical energy is going to overtake it. We just need too much for manufacturing, the textiles, transportation. All these things are all attached to oil and gas. And the other part of it I looked at too is that as creatures in this earth, we're very intelligent. We'll figure this out. Do we need to clean up the environment? Absolutely, I think it's important. But overall, I don't believe electrical energy is the solution that's going to replace oil and gas anytime soon. Infinity Métis Corporation is an organization that is the business arm of McMurray Métis Local 1935. It originated in 2003. It has evolved to what it is today. How it works is that we give opportunities to large industry corporations. It gives them an advantage through being an Indigenous partner. What that does in turn is that we've developed revenue from that opportunity, and we in turn return that revenue back to the Métis community through different venues of education, employment opportunities, training, helping elders with possible health care services that they may need. So this has been something that's really been dynamic for us to be able to grow this company so that we can continue to flourish the Métis community overall. These are the sort of things that we're really proud of being able to contribute and help build that community. Métis Fest is an event we have every year in the spring of the year. Last year was our biggest event. We had close to 3,000 people come throughout the day. What you'll see is a lot of artisan work. See lots of trading, there's beading, there's learning Cree language, dancing, there's jigging, there's entertainment. There's all kinds of events that are really interesting for the people of the community, which is very diverse, that come and learn, and they have a lot of fun. And we invite all of the schools to come, and all the kids come, and they all participate in all of the events and get to really see the full effect of how Métis Fest or the Métis people culture actually is. And the other thing too that's really interesting is that even our joint venture partners get involved. They're not just a figurehead, if you will, to IMC. They're actually engaged. They sponsor, they volunteer, they get engaged in the whole process. So it's very comforting to see how that they're trying to learn the community, trying to learn the culture, and it's very heartwarming to see all of our partnerships get involved with them. What do I do for fun? Well, it's funny because, over the years, your fun changes, right? So when I first come here as a 19-year-old individual, my fun was a lot about playing sports. But we did the traditional stuff here in Fort McMurray. It's a lot of outdoor sports as well. We skidooed, we quadded, we boated, they hunt and fish here, which I'm not good at either one of those, but my relatives all do that. As I got older, of course, I got married and I had kids. Fortunately, my kids they really enjoy the same things I did. So I got to still do them through either coaching or mentorship or, hauling kids to the rink or to the schools late at night and early mornings, that sort of stuff. And then as time has gone on, our kids now are married and they have their own kids. So we have 4 grandkids that we get to enjoy very well that are starting to follow in the same path. So my wife and I now, we have the opportunity to, rev these young kids up and then send them home just like we were done by our parents. And so we get quite a kick out of that kind of stuff. 5 favorite things. I guess the first thing would be to be able to earn a great living here. I mean, with industry, they provide everybody an opportunity, either directly or indirectly, to be able to make a good living, provide for your family, be able to fulfill your dreams. McMurray is a very diverse type of town. To see all the different cultures that are here, how they work together, and how they become friends of the community, and how we grow together. So these are some of the things that I really appreciate. Some of the greater attractions that McMurray has is Mac Island. This is something that they built back 15 years ago. That's been really something the city has stood behind. Everybody that I know in this community has used that facility in some form or fashion or other. It is fantastic. It has multiple ice services, curling rinks, gymnasium, library, and the amount of memberships they have and the people that use it is just, it's mind-boggling watching it. Another thing that we have up here that's really unique is all the lakes. And, 6 lakes is one of them, Ingstrom Lake. A lot of people go to these lakes, Gregoire Lake, the fishing, the boating, tranquility of just being able to go put a tent up for the weekend and enjoy yourself in quietness or do whatever you like. We own a company called Métis Trackers. We established it in 2021, and to this year, we have now almost 10 employees working for us, which are between skilled and unskilled labor. We've created a number of contracts within the city. We do different things like mow grass for apartment buildings, we shovel snow, we haul garbage, we do lots of things, and we're continuing to grow this company very, very largely. It's actually growing exponentially every month, which is something that we're just so impressed with. And to bring in people that may not have an opportunity to work at the facilities because of, maybe they don't have the education requirements or maybe there's other things that are preventing them from that. But here, we give them the opportunity and to see them be able to make a living at it, it's just been really nice to see. To work for IMC or to become a partner for IMC, this is something that we're really proud of. Come work with us, you're going to see that we're a very hardworking organization. Métis people are very proud. They want to earn their money. They don't want it just handed to them or provide it to them in an easy way. They're like every individual on this earth. They want to work and they want to earn it. And that's the same with Infinity Métis Corporation. We want really good companies to come. We're going to work hard for you. We're going to make sure that you are proud of us and proud of this community.